Is that going to show up backwards? It's probably going to show up backwards. It's time for some math.
Exponential functions have gotten attention recently in mainstream media due to their ability to model things like population growth and disease propagation. They have a wide variety of applications in economics and commerce. You'll be seeing them a lot throughout your time at Ottawa U. Exponential functions are sort of like the opposite of power functions. With exponential functions, the base is a number, and the exponent is a variable. There can also be a number in front of the variable inside the exponent. This is sometimes called the growth rate of the exponential function. Now that we've reviewed the basics, let's answer the most important question. What are you expected to know about exponential functions coming into Math 1300? There are two major things. 1. You should be able to graph a basic exponential function. For example, consider the equations y equals 3e to the x and y equals 7 to the power of 2x. Let's start out by drawing x and y axes. Pause here if you'd like to try the example yourself. The coefficient tells us the y-intercept. The first exponential function intersects the y-axis at y equals 3, and the second exponential function intersects the y-axis at y equals 1, not at y equals 7. A combination of the base and the growth rate tell us the relative steepness of the curves. Note that e is a special number, like pi. Pi happens a lot in math. So does e. For the first curve, combining the base and the growth rate gives us a steepness of e. For the second curve, combining the base and the growth rate gives us a steepness of 49. Therefore, the second curve is steeper than the first curve. Based on this information, we can make a rough sketch of the two curves. Note that professors will often tell you to sketch functions in this course. They are expecting you to label the x and y axes, but don't expect each individual x and y point to be labeled. You did that in high school and possibly grade school, but you don't need to show that level of detail anymore. Instead, labeling the important features is now what is required. The expectations for sketching will be covered when you get to the curve sketching section of the course. Let's get back to our list. Number 2, you should be able to solve exponential equations. When a prof asks you to solve an equation, they're asking you to isolate for the unknown variable, which is usually x. When an exponential equation is involved, we're likely going to need the help of log or ln. Let's try an example. Consider the function 5 to the x equals 25 to the power of 2x minus 4. Pause here if you would like to try the question yourself. We need to isolate for x, which is in the exponent on both sides. It sure would be handy if we could just yeet the x out of both exponents. We sort of can, but we need to do a little trick first. Note that 25 is the same thing as 5 squared, so let's rewrite the 25. Now we can effectively cancel out the 5's or bases using logarithms. A logarithm is the inverse or opposite function of an exponential function. Basically, the number 5 has locked something away in its exponent, so we'll retrieve it using the key, which is a log 5 function. Note that the base of the log function has to match the base of the exponential function. Applying the log function to both sides, we can now yeet the exponents from both sides. Let's solve for x. Therefore, x equals 8 over 3. Leave the answer as a fraction, unless your professor says that you can round your answer. Let's try another example. Consider the function e to the power of 4x minus 12 equals 9. Pause here if you would like to try the question yourself. Again, we need to isolate for x. This time, it's only stuck in the exponent on the left side. To extract it from the e term, we need to use the logarithm of this exponential function, which is the special logarithmic function with a base of e. This is called a natural logarithm, which is also sometimes called ln. Applying ln to both sides, we can now grab the exponent 4x minus 12 and solve for x. It's best to leave the answer with ln in it. Yeah, I know, it's not pretty. But to a math professor, this is beautiful.
Hey, it's Katrina from Prep 101. I really hope you enjoyed that primer. There's definitely more where that came from. Make sure to join the Facebook Study Hub for this course where you and your peers can communicate, ask questions about the course, and get access to free study aids. Use the link in the description box. I hope to see you at our prep sessions. I'll break down the course content for you step by step, show you how to solve actual exam questions, and maybe we'll get in a few laughs along the way. Many prep sessions for midterms are free. Yeah, free. Visit prep101.com for details. Thanks for watching. See you soon.